Hey guys, this is Tom from Numbers Game Lifestyle, and today we're going to talk about something pretty controversial. And it's what I'm going to discuss right now, which is older men between, over the age of 30 should lie about their age when they're dating women between the ages of 18 to 24. Ooh, uh-oh. Telling guys to lie? Uh-oh. Yes, and this seems really weird coming from a guy like me who doesn't lie about anything. My original thoughts were to never lie, always tell women exactly how old you are, until I started getting feedback over and over from young women basically telling me I should just lie to them. Okay, so let me discuss how I came to this conclusion. Okay, so when you're dating women between the ages of 18 to 24, here's what's going to happen as an older man. Let's say you go on a date and she asks you how old you are, and you tell her straight up, this is how old I am. I'm 30, I'm 35, I'm 40, whatever. It's going to go a couple of ways, 3 different ways. One way is the girl will just accept it and be like, damn, he's older than I thought. Oh well, I still really dig the guy. I don't care. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna lie to my parents. I'm gonna lie to my friends. I'm gonna lie to everybody and tell them that he's 25 or, 27, whatever age she feels is appropriate, right? So she'll just lie for you. She's gonna lie to everybody around her about how old you are. Okay. Great. These are the girls that will, they'll have a long-term relationship. They'll just lie to their parents and lie to everybody about your age. Okay, the next group of girls will be the girls that sleep with you. They figure oh, whatever, then the guy's sexy. I'll sleep with him, but he's not boyfriend material. There's no way I can introduce this guy as my boyfriend. He's way too old. So he's just a one-time hit and quit it. She'll, sleep with you, and that'll be the end of it because you're not boyfriend material. And the next group of girls, when you tell them your age, on the first date or whatever, they'll go, what? Why didn't you just lie to me? Right? These girls really wanted you as a boyfriend, but because you told the truth, because you told you're way older than she is, suddenly she can't have you as a boyfriend. And she's saying, why didn't you just lie to me? Because it's really not that important to her. She doesn't give a fuck how old you are. She's just worried about the reputation damage that she gets by dating a much older man. And I've even asked girls, that became my girlfriend, they were my girlfriend for over 2 years. Would have been better if I just lied to them about my age immediately, from the very beginning. And they're like, yes, it would have been better if you just would have lied. Because that way I wouldn't have to lie to my parents or anything like that. And that's the thing. To these women, age doesn't matter. But to the social circle and the shaming that comes with dating an older man, it's a big deal, right? From the girls from the ages of 18 or from high school all the way up to 24, their reputation means everything to them. It means more to them than life itself. You have to protect her reputation, right? And in this day and age, in the Western world, in Canada, US, Western Europe, Australia, young women between the ages of 18 to 24 will lose a ton of status by dating you because they're going to be shamed. What? Your boyfriend's 35? Why are you dating such an old guy? Can't you find someone your own age? They will continually shame this girl for dating a much older man. Everybody in the social circle will try to shame her. And women this age do not handle shaming very well. They're very susceptible to like, oh, I gotta stick with the status quo. I gotta make sure I don't deviate from the status quo, because then I'll get shamed and I'll lose my reputation and I'll lose like status. So this is why it's very important for them to maintain status. And if it means lying to everybody, either you lie to her or she lies to their friends and family, either way, someone's getting lied to. And at the end of the day, they don't even care. They don't even care about the age that how old you are. What they do care is the social repercussions from dating an older man, which is why they're like, why didn't you just lie to me? Like, it would have been so much easier that way, right? It saves me the shame and having to deal with all these like other people messing in my business now that I'm dating an older man. It's so dumb. This is the way it is in the Western world. In the South America, in the Asian countries, it's the exact opposite. People expect young women to date much older men because they're more financially secure and they're ready to start families. It's a good idea to start a family with a guy that's, financially got all his ducks in a row and he's ready to like make a baby, right? It only makes sense. But it's only in the Western world where women are shamed for dating older men. It's the gynocentric, society that we live in today. So it forces you to lie about your age. Okay, let's deal with the ramifications of you lying about your age, okay? So I've experimented with telling the truth, and I found out quickly that women want you to lie to them. And now I'm going to show you what happens once you do tell them your real age. And I recommend you telling them your real age after about a month or two. This way, she is fully invested. You are her shining knight, right? Like, she's fully invested in you at this point. After a month or two, she should be thinking about you nonstop. And it's not going to matter whether you tell her you're 100 years old or 180 years old. She's bought in. She's fully invested. At that point, she doesn't give a damn how old you are. So wait till a month or two and just be like, hey, just so you know, I'm actually 35. I'm actually 40. I'm actually 30. Whatever age is, she's going to be like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, well, I'll just continue lying to my like friends and family about your age. That's how it works. It's like, man, like, why did you lie? And like, because I needed to. Trust me, you would have like head for the hills if I would have told you right off the bat. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. And you move on. It's completely a non-issue. It's never been an issue. Whenever I've lied to a woman and then told her the truth later on, it's never been like, how could you lie to me? I'll never be able to trust you. No, it's like, oh, okay, that's probably a good idea, right? Because like, I really love you. Like, I want to spend like a lot of time with you, maybe have a future with you. So why would I let your age get in the way of that? And social pressure get in the way of that. That's the way it is. There's no like, oh no, like how could I ever trust you again? Like, there's none of that because it's a complete non-issue. These women don't even care. They're like, here's what's important to women. In your long-term relationships, it's, are his genes good, right? Is he healthy? Is he strong? Can he like produce healthy offspring, right? That's fundamental one. Fundamental two is, can he provide for these offspring? Can he raise a family? Is he financially secure enough to provide for a family? Those are the two fundamental things that they're after in a long-term relationship. She doesn't give a fuck how old you are. What it says on your birth certificate or any like on your ID. It means nothing to her. It's like what she sees is the real thing, right? If this guy is healthy and strong, I don't give a fuck. He could be 100 years old. I mean, look at Al Pacino. He's like 80 years old having kids. So at the end of the day, these numbers mean nothing to women. Women look for concrete things like, does he look healthy? Is he strong? Okay, does he have money? Can he provide for me? These are the things that like maintain a long-term relationship that she looks for in a long-term relationship. Now think about it. Let's fast forward. 10 years. So this girl is now 30 and you're, let's say, 45. Do you think anybody gives a damn? Do you think anybody shames the woman for dating an older man? No, they don't give a shit. Like no one tries to tear her reputation down for dating an older man. It's only when they're really young, 18 to 24, that's when they really try to shame these girls for dating older men. It's so dumb. So, let's discuss how you actually go about handling the inevitable question that you'll get on the first date, which is, so, how old are you anyways? And here's how I answer this question. I ask them, how old do you think I am? And when they answer the question, they will usually pick an age that they deem still appropriate, still acceptable to her. And then I'll go, yeah, you're good at this. You absolutely nailed it. And like, what, really? I got it right? I'm like, yeah, you nailed it. Anyways, so like, what are you up to this day? Blah, 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 blah. Or let's go over this way. And you change the subject. Because here's the thing. They don't actually care. At this point, they do, of course. They're trying to like gauge whether you're your boyfriend material or not. So you just tell them, yeah, that's exactly my age. You nailed it. Like, good for you. And then you move on. And I know what some guys are going to think. There's going to be some Boy Scouts out there being like, oh, but what happens, like, to all the trust you built? You lied to her. Like, she'd never be able to trust you again. No. As soon as you tell her the truth, a month or two from now, she's already bought in. She's already in love with you. She doesn't care how old you are at this point. You tell her the truth. Yes, I'm this age. What? Like, why did you lie? You can just say, like, because I needed to. You would have ran for the hills if I would have told you my real age. And she's probably like, oh, yeah, you're probably right. Good on you. And at least now she like knows the truth and she doesn't even care about it, because at the end of the day, women don't care about your age anyways. Think about it. Like, old men in their 80s can still produce like healthy children, provided that the woman is young as well. Like, provided that the woman is young. So this whole notion of like, oh, how would you like it if some woman lied about her age? And it's a completely different ball game, because the woman loses like rapid fertility like after the age of like 35. It gets really difficult for her to get pregnant. So yes, her lying about her age is a pretty big deal to most men, especially if you want like kids involved, right? So this is why it's you can't compare. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It's like totally completely different things. A woman's fertility is a very short window, where a man's is a lot longer. And at the end of the day, it's more important that the woman is young than the guy is young. It really doesn't matter. So yes, this is why you should lie about your age as an older man. And it's going to be a completely non-issue, 2 months from now, when she's fully invested in you, fully in love with you. She's not going to care if you're 150 years old. And no one's going to care when she's 30 years old. When she's 30 years old and you're 50, do you think people try to shame her for that? You're like, man, like, why did you marry such an old guy? No one cares, because they're a mature woman who can make her own decisions. Where an 18-year-old and a 24-year-old isn't mature enough. She's being tricked by that creepy old man. Yeah, he's taking advantage of her. That's the way our, gynocentric society views things. And that's how they respond and try to shame older men and shame young women for getting together. It happens all the time. In every one of your relationships, this will happen. Anyways, so that is how you combat the, gynocentric society that we live in. If you don't want to lie, or maybe you have to lie that you're older, then go to like South America or Asia, where it's better to be an old guy. Right? Anyways, we're getting off topic. But in like the Western world, yeah, it is better just to lie to young women about your age early on in the relationship, until about a month or two, and then when she's fully invested, fully in love with you, yeah, you can just let it loose. Like, yeah, I'm this age, and nothing's gonna happen. As long as she's fully invested in you, she won't care. Anyways, that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching.